aside from their daily duties, what do you want and appreciate from your assistants?
It's, good question. The basic workflow is fairly simple on most of the movies I do. We get the footage in usually from a DIT, so hopefully it's been sunk already, it's been color corrected. But if it isn't, sometimes we'll get raw footage, and then the assistant is essentially a lab. They'll process it through DaVinci, and they'll throw a LUT in, sync it up. But other than the basic preparation of the bins for me, like here's scene 53, go to work on scene 53. Uh, During the assembly process, I really like the assistants I work with to cut scenes as well. For one thing, I'm not that fast. And it's hard for me to keep up with the footage. And we always have deadlines. So I feel like if the assistant can do some of the work, that's great. I do both union films and non-union films. I've been in the Motion Picture Editors Guild now for about 15 years, but some films are like 9 Days was a non-union film, and that's why ultimately, although Zach was hired as an assistant, we were able to give him a credit that really reflected what he did, which was additional editor. This is actually an ongoing discussion I've had with the union here in America, because I would always rather call my assistant associate editor or additional editor or co-editor or something like that, because that doesn't matter to me, but it's going to help them with a job, hopefully, or at least it will reflect what they've done. But the Editors Guild points out, and I think I'm a very pro-union person, that, well, the producer should pay more money then. I'm sure there are some films where that's actually an option, where they will pay more money, but it's never been that case on anything I've worked on. So unfortunately, if 9 Days had been a union film, Zach would still be the assistant editor. He wouldn't have that credit. So, um, yeah, Zach, like I said, did the first pass on a number of scenes in the film, and a lot of those scenes did not change that much. One of the other assistants I've worked with for years, Tom Knight, he cut the end of A Kid Like Jake, the film I did with Silas Howard a few years ago. That scene never changed one bit. Might have tweaked a frame or two, but it's like what he cut, that's in the movie. And first of all, I think it's good to have different creative minds at work. But I'm always honest with the director. I always say, I might not tell them at first when they're looking at something, but after they've seen something, I say, oh, by the way, Tom did that one, or Zach or Alex did that one, just so you know. Like on this, I did this T-Rex film over the fall, really fun music film that's hopefully going to be finished soon, called Ballrooms of Mars. And Alex Frass was my assistant on that. He now has the credit of additional editor because he cut a number of those scenes from scratch, and really just did a brilliant job. Just had a huge amount of creativity on the movie, and then I would tweak what he did a little bit, so there'd be some back and forth. But I know I would show the film then to my director Ethan Silverman and say, by the way, Alex did this, and this. He said, wow. And in the end, Alex cut a trailer for the film, and I think if we do some more editing, might do it before I do it. So it's all good. It's like there's plenty of work to go around.